Hello, today I want to talk to you about 30-minute discussion a day. Many of us, we have conflicts. We have different personalities and characters that really brings about conflicts in terms of how we see things. Sometimes we may be opinionated or have different perceptions in life, which causes a lot of discrepancies in relationship, perhaps with your spouse or with your children as well, or even with friends, and you're wondering, why am I always butting my heads in terms of not people not agreeing with me, or sometimes we have in our minds we want everyone to think like us, to process information like us, to be able to believe the things we believe. But God has made us very unique in terms of how we can appreciate each other and be able to understand each other without having to fight all the time with each other, especially for couples. More and more I'm seeing couples in my practice in terms of the conflicts that deals with at home, because they just simply don't understand each other. So one of my solution, which seems to be working really well with a lot of couples, is I give them assignment for 30 minutes discussion a week. So 30 minutes discussion a day for the week, 1 week at a time, where you can talk about the things that has been that comes up in the relationship during the week time. Maybe, perhaps you have a problem with your spouse leaving dirty dishes in the sink, or maybe the laundry not being done, or doing chores around the house. There's so many different things people get upset and angry about. So the goal is, when you have a conflict at that moment, you need to switch gears and remind yourself that there is a day in the week, maybe say Thursday or Wednesday, for 30 minutes you can have a discussion. That means you cannot really get into the issue at that moment. You have to put it aside, because the love you have for each other needs to dominate the relationship rather than the problems that you're dealing with all the time. And when that day come to have the discussion, some things you may forget because it's really irrelevant at that moment, because the impulsivity of the mind is what reacts and people butt heads. If it's not important, don't discuss it. And the moment you start discussing it and you realize that it's becoming a whirlwind of storm that is creating more conflict and argument, you need to stop and say, let's resolve this next week, and change gears and maybe say, you know what, let's go and have a cup of coffee. The 30 minutes is over. And in that way, you don't allow issues of life to dominate the mind. You need to have love dominate in the relationship. You need to have an emotional connection with one another, rather than allowing discrepancies and conflict to seem to be the most primary focus of the relationship. That is going to help you, my friends. 30 minutes a day, once a week, where you bring your problems on the platform and you take them one by one and you move them to the following week if it's not resolved. Hope this is some good tidbits for you. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.